Hello, I'm 321 Go, and this is XCOM, Enemy Within. Now, if you don't already know, we're going to be playing doing a Let's Play of this game. And if you don't know anything about this game, it's a strategy game. It's a strategy game based around what if aliens invaded Earth, and what if you are the commander that needs to command troops to fight them off. It's much more than that, but all around, that's more or less the premise. You are the person calling the shots to make sure that the aliens are defeated and pushed back from their invasion upon Earth. So let's get right into it. We're going to be doing Classic, we're going to be doing Second Wave with New Economy, Not Created Equally, Hidden Potential, and Save Scum on. We're not going to be doing Damage Roulette, Training Roulette, or Aiming Angles, and we're not going to be playing on Impossible difficulty. Damage Roulette, while we don't have it on, if we did, it would basically mean that weapons have a much larger amount of damage that they can do, but also a much less amount of damage they could do. It's basically, instead of doing a range of 2 to 4 damage, you could be doing 1 to 6 damage on a base. It's interesting, but it makes for a much more difficult game in the early game, and we're not going to be doing that. The other one is Training Roulette, which basically randomizes the training tree for each soldier as they get promoted. And I don't entirely know how random it is, but I know that I'm not going to be doing that for a professional playthrough. Maybe for one that I would call maybe a Hurt Me More playthrough, where I just put everything that I believe is the most cancerous settings ever and do it that way. And the other one is Aiming Angles, which it's great, but it gives the enemy a massive boost in aim, to the point where in the beginning of the game it's really unfair, and I don't want to do that for a playthrough that I actually want to win. And as I said, we're not going to be doing Impossible difficulty. The advanced settings we're keeping as is. If we were doing a Hurt Me More playthrough, I guess we'd put on Iron Man, but we're not going to be doing that until probably later on, when people say, hey, do your Hurt Me More or Hurt Me Plenty playthrough, and you know, a lot of people said yeah, do that, you know, then I would do it. But for right now, we're just going to keep this on and keep those second wave options on and start the game and watch the intro cinematic.
Hello, Commander. In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Alright, now from the intro cinematic, we have gathered that extraterrestrials have invaded Earth, or at least a odd object that landed in the center of a street, and for some reason, just a bunch of pedestrians, a bunch of humans just decided, oh, let's go up and touch the item. Even though it didn't make a large impact crater, it looks a little odd, and, yeah, let's just touch the odd object. Anyway, aliens have invaded Earth, and we have to stop them with our commanding skills and our soldiers. So we're told to identify a base location. We have North America, Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa. This is actually important for the early game because no matter what happens on the continent that you start on, you're going to keep your continent bonus. If you lose one council member or one country from the council, you will not gain the continent bonus that they have for their continent. So if I were to start on, let's say, Europe, and I were to lose, let's say, France, well, that means that I will keep my continent bonus. But if I were to start on Europe and I were to lose the US, I will not be able to gain air and space from the continent bonus, even if I were to get the other two countries to stay in the council. It's something to remember. So we have 5 choices. North America gives you air and space. All aircraft and aircraft weapons cost 50% less to purchase, build, and maintain. It's great for aerospace control because you can get those items faster, and you could get them for less. Mainly for less, but it does kind of make it faster because the more weapons and aircraft you have, the easier your airspace control will be. Europe gives you expert knowledge, which allows you to construct and maintain laboratories and workshops and have them cost 50% less. It's great. It helps speed up research and development. Asia gives you future combat, which all projects in the Foundry and Officer Training School cost 50% less. It's great to a point until you start getting to where the Officer Training School has no extra things that you need, and things in the Foundry have stopped being, there's no more projects to do in the Foundry. So it's negligible. I would put that, out of all 5 of them, I would probably put that at the 3rd best. Maybe the 4th, but the 3rd also works. Yeah, I would say the 4th. The worst is, in my opinion, South America, where we have ways. Autopsies and interrogations are completed instantly. It's great, but like the rest of these right here, excluding Africa, these won't become truly active until later in the game. Not too later, but later enough to say that your continent bonus isn't making a huge impact on your early game advantage. What I mean by early game advantage is in the early game, the odds are not completely against you to where you will die repeatedly no matter what. With good progression and good development, you should always be able to counteract the aliens. Sorry about that, had to change up my mic a little bit. Anyway, So we're not going to be going with South America. We're going to be going with Africa, which gives you all in. And it increases your monthly funding by 30%. And this is before deductions. Effectively, if you have a lot of things you have to purchase or maintain, this is going to counteract your, you could say, at the beginning of every month, your tax. But this will counteract that effectively if you don't have a lot of funding. And if you do have a lot of funding, you're going to be getting a whole lot more. 30% doesn't sound like much, but it starts becoming massive once you start getting deductions in price and all that sort of stuff. The others are great, and hopefully we will be able to take advantage of them later on, but not right now.
We're dropping you just inside the Egyptian border. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
Alright, so our first mission, Operation Vengeful Moon. It's an alien abduction mission, and it's in Port, I guess, Said, or Sayo. I'm not really sure how to say that. Egypt. And the mission brief. Alien abduction in progress. MELD energy signature readings are positive. Site is clear of civilians. Collateral damage is not a concern. We don't actually know what MELD is yet, but we have the mission objective to go and grab it. We will figure out what MELD is later on. And here is our team. These 4 individuals. They've never seen an alien, but they're ready to fight them.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Yeah, so let's move up. This is what we can see right now. We are going to move up with Emma McCarthy here. She's a new soldier, and she's ready to take on what she can. This is their HUD. Emma McCarthy here has full health, a normal heart rate, and 2 action points. And this is what you see with your action points. A blue, for running actions, a blue line means that you take 1 action point for that movement. A yellow line, like up here, means that you will take both action points, and you'll be dashing. Dashing allows you to increase your dodge while running, but it also makes it so you cannot take an action afterward, unless you're a certain class. So let's move up and survey the area with Emma.
Visual alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
And we have seen the enemy, these little gray men. Now Emma here has a 40% chance to hit him, and a 60% chance to hit him. We're actually going to take the 60% and hopefully we'll hit. We did hit, but we didn't do all the damage we were wanting to. We were wanting to do 3 damage. We only did 2. Now, Bianchi here, Fabian Bianchi, has a 35% chance to hit the guy we've damaged. And a 15% chance to hit the other 2. What we're actually going to do with him, well, I guess we can't actually do that. We're actually going to get into more cover up ahead. Now what we want to do with Chi Zhao here, Shi Zhao actually, it's Shi Zhao.
I'm on it, Commander.
We're going to flank this one. We have an 80% chance to hit because we're flanking. That's what this yellow means. And a 60% chance to critical. That was pitiful.
Missed the
You
target.
missed a... It's pitiful. It's just pitiful.
That's affirmative.
And now with, what's her name? Dika. Yeah. Dika Okoro, I believe it is going to not take that shot and actually going to go into Overwatch. And that is unfortunate. Dika has just took a shot on the
Their
enemy's
weapons
turn.
appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
And more aliens are coming in. Now, what you just saw there is because we spotted the enemy first, on their turn, they had to take a movement penalty instead of a movement action. Movement penalty prevents them from taking another action on their turn. It's actually quite nice.
I'm rolling. Alien object in sight.
We're going to look here. We have a 60% chance to hit him, an 80% chance to hit the guy we're flanking, though. And we missed it.
Adjusting aim.
A 39% chance to hit him, 35, 35, 35, and 15. Let's do this. We're going to... Well, no, let's not do that. I'm gonna hunker down, and then get behind more cover somewhere else, because this is poor cover right now. Probably
Head into
right
that
there.
location.
We have an 88% chance to hit the guy right in front of us. A 40 and a 60 on the other guys.
He's
He's
down.
dead. That's what we're wanting.
Heading out.
Let's see. We have a 45% chance to hit those up there. But that's not betting odds. What we're going to do is we're going to try to clear and flush this guy out by destroying his cover with a grenade.
Batter up.
We've just forced him to move forward because we destroyed his cover.
I'm under fire.
Now what you see here is that they're doing a mental link, which enables them to, well,
Emergency evac. Now,
that.
damn it, now.
it gives them higher accuracy.
No, please, no.
Lost our first troop, which is really bad, but it happens, and they're both panicking. We're gonna look at what we got here, and we've actually got a lot, but what we're going to do is tell the enemies to screw off. Well, maybe. And we don't really have much of another choice, because if we do anything else, the enemy is just going to do other stuff that we don't want them to do. And you know what? I don't really care about one explosion death on sectoids, even though what's going to happen is going to be said.
Commander, you may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
And that's
They're
not
flanking
good.
my
He's being
position.
flanked. He's gonna probably get hurt a lot. Yep, 4 on a critical. That's bad. You know what? This is what you get. I think you're the one that actually killed my other soldier, so that is most definitely what you get, sir. I don't take kindly to that at all.
Moving.
We're gonna take the chance to kill his buddy here that is actually mentally linking with him, so he could try to get 2 kills. And it was a good chance taken.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
So, it was a successful mission. The only problem is that we lost 1 operative.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander. I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Alright, so we have soldiers to promote. Fabian here has become a sniper.
Our snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar. But without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
And he gains his first skill. Well, let's look at his stats here. He has 44 will and 62 aim. As a sniper, he's actually kind of terrible. Now, Shizao.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, there are demolitions experts.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Now, we've also gained our first skill with our heavy, which is firing a rocket. And believe it or not, our heavy with the heavy machine gun here, or light machine gun, depending on whatever way you want to look at it, actually has better aim and will than our sniper. And then Dika has become our assault.
The assault class serves as our front line. They're the first ones into a fight, and the last ones out.
And believe it or not, our woman with the shotgun has better aim than our sniper. That's a little silly. Anyway, run and gun, she also gets her first skill, which, as I was talking about before, there is a skill in the game which allows
Commander
you
to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
It allows you to take an action after dashing if you activate it before you take your action. Before you take your last dashing action. She's the only one active right now. The other 2 are wounded. Fabian is
Commander to the
wounded.
research labs. Commander to the research labs.
And Shizao is wounded for 4 days. And we got a medal, the Defender's Medal. We will be using those later on down the line.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is waiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
We have 4 new research projects available: xenobiology, weapon fragments, alien materials, and meld recombination. We have 6 sectoid corpses, and 10 weapon fragments, and 20 meld. We collected a lot from this little mission. Our first little mission, we collected a fair amount.
Commander, you can now honor our soldiers by awarding them medals for accomplishments you deem appropriate. You can view and award medals in the barracks.
Yes, let's start on research.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Farlan. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
With my approval? Like, you need my
Commander
approval
to engineering. Commander to engineering.
to start research on things that we just got. Why would you need my approval? Anyway, we're going to start on weapon fragments. These fragments are all that remain of the powerful alien weaponry we've encountered so far. Further study could lead to advances in our own weapons development programs.
Commander, I realize our troops have to put their own survival first, but every alien we use explosives against is one less opportunity to recover new artifacts.
So as we can see down here, our current research is going to take 8 days with 5 scientists.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Yes, Dr. Shen is quite nice with that. He actually gets right into it, and there's no crying about blowing up aliens. We're gonna craft 1 medkit, because we'll need that later on.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
And 2 satellites, because we are going to need them. Don't manufacture again. And we're gonna go to mission control and immediately go back out just to shut up the intercom. We're then going to go to the barracks and do what I would call a second sweep. When you hire soldiers, you could basically determine that all these soldiers have been approved for XCOM military operations, but I'm going to approve them. Don't hire more right now. We're going to go look at Riku Takahashi. And he has 51 will and 80 aim. We're keeping him. He's really good. We're going to look at Erin O'Connell. And she has 59 will and 60 aim. She's pretty average. Brittany Snyder has 59 will and 60 aim. She's pretty average. Arthur Holmes has 59 will and 80 aim. He's good. Kellen O'Reilly has 29 will and 55 aim. Sorry, Kellen, but you didn't make the cut. Kong Dai Lee, I believe is how you actually say that name, has 55 will and 60 aim. We will keep him. He's lower than the other troops, but we'll keep him. Ross Holmes here has 35 will and 70 aim. Normally I cut the will requirement to 40, but because he has 35 and he has 70 aim, we will keep him. Marlon Gordon has 31 will and 60 aim. Her will is pretty low. I don't like that she only has 60 aim. She's not like Ross here. So we're sorry, Marilyn, but goodbye. And that's it. We made 2 cuts, but altogether we got really good soldiers.
Commander,
for the start.
We've suffered a number of casualties and haven't found suitable replacements yet. We need to start hiring additional soldiers through the barracks.
Apparently, those soldiers that we just cut from the roster were counted as casualties, apparently. Thank you, Bradford. Did you shoot them yourself? Is that it? Did you just like, all right, the commander has said that you guys are bad. So, guess what? We'll shoot you in the head, I guess. Why are they counted as casualties? We're going to be hiring 2 soldiers. And now we are going to go to mission control and scan for activity. And now we have abduction reports.
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
Alright, so at Chihuahua, I believe that's how you say it, Chihuahua, yes. They have 2 panic, the mission difficulty is moderate, and they will give us 4 engineers for the mission. China has 1 panic, the mission difficulty is moderate, and they will give us 4 scientists. And that is in Guangzhou, I believe. Guangzhou? Yeah. And then in Cologne, Germany, we have a panic of 2, mission difficulty moderate, and 200 credits is the reward. We will want Mexico's reward. 4 engineers is a lot in terms of getting that from a mission. 4 engineers is going to help out a ton. And we will be taking a couple soldiers here. Aaron maybe. Takahashi most definitely. Snyder. Let's cut out you 2 just to see if we can find better soldiers. Arthur, I believe it was. Yeah, he'll be going. And what about Ross? Maybe. Let's see what Kung has. Yeah, we'll take Ross. Because he's a fairly good soldier and he's got good aim. That's the main reason I want him. Anyway, because Ross is the lower of all of them, he's going to be carrying around the med kit. If one of our soldiers gets injured, he's going to heal them. Now we're going to launch the mission.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
And on our flight there, our new soldiers arrived on site.
We're going to be putting down in Mexico for this mission. Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities. Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
Yes, that's actually very important. You want to minimize how much panic is spreading throughout one single continent, and it's why Europe is hard to control if their panic keeps going up. But anyway, we're going to launch the mission.
Central, this is Big Sky. Strike team is touching down now. Standing by for your orders.
Roger, Big Sky. Reading you 5 by 5. Strike One has the green light for deployment.
And it seems we're at a construction site, and with our new little team here, we'll be moving up and taking down the aliens, but that will have to wait for next part. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy my content, I encourage you to like the video, and if you want to see more of my content, please, at your own discretion, click the subscribe button right next to my name, next to my channel name, and subscribe, and make sure to check the little box that says notifications, so that you'll be able to be notified when a new video comes out, because for some reason YouTube thinks that if you aren't notified, you don't want to watch the videos despite being subscribed. Anyway, yeah.